It's week 1 of the NFL, and today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the Broncos and the Bears, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
Bit of a sloppy track here at Soldier Field. Still getting some of the wraparound rain bands of a low-pressure system that's hovered over Chicago the last couple of days. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Denver Broncos and the Chicago Bears. With my good friend Charles Davis in the booth, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and the moment has finally arrived, CD. It's time to begin a new NFL season.
Partner, there's no hiding my excitement as I got ready this morning. I could not wait to get here for this game. Imagine what it's like out there on the field for those players, though. OTAs.
Set to go now on a wet and rainy afternoon. And off we go from Soldier Field. This fielded right at the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. And a peek at the man under center. He has 5 full years in the league under his belt. Now in year number 6.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
Forced out to his left, and he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 27-yard line.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Robertson, and he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Back to throw. Robertson. And he comes back with one complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A big 3rd down conversion with a gain of 28.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. Drummond. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the 1st down marker, and now it's 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Robertson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down. Looking to throw. Robertson. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sack back at the 29. They'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack. Good pressure, and it's 2nd down.
In every game we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their 1st sack of the contest.
So maybe just a momentary setback on what's been a great drive so far, but 2nd and 13 here. Now a handoff up the middle. Drummond, and he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive, but this is 3rd down. Back to throw. Robertson. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through, and it's 3-0. The Bears hit the scoreboard first. Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
So now here are the Broncos for their first drive of the game. And leading the charge, we get a look at their 6-year quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
Throwing to start the drive, Irwin. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Looking to throw. Irwin. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw again. Irwin. Being chased out left. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Off the play fake. Irwin. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. A huge play there for Denver. 43 yards.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? A guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field. Pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route, well run, and the football, right on the money.
A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. From 6 yards away. And the Broncos are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know, they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like that memory was a little too long there.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around. 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Robertson. And his throw is going to be incomplete. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Robertson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Well, when you've got a quarterback like this dead to rights, you got to make sure to wrap up. Instead, though, he breaks free and off he goes.
Yeah, and at the risk of sounding just a little bit trite, this is just a tackle that needs to be made. It's one thing when you've got a bruising 230-pound running back coming your way, but when it's a quarterback who's running for his life, your teammates will tell you, you've got to get him on the ground.
On 1st and 10, Robertson throwing middle, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's going to flip one out here to his running back.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against him a few minutes ago because they've come back and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
A first red zone opportunity of the new year here as they come up now 1st and 10.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Got a man that's complete to Hamilton.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2. At the 12.
On 2nd down now. Drummond. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9.
A chance for a first touchdown drive of the year. It's 1st and goal.
Looking to throw. Robertson. Escaping the pressure right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage.
A gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and goal. At the 4-yard line.
On 2nd down. Drummond. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal.
And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he will fight his way in. Not giving up there. And he's got a Bears touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out.
And the Bears are able to move back in front.
And that's why you have the fullback, Charles. Couldn't get it into play before with a smaller guy. Turned to a little more power. They score.
And that has to warm the hearts of a lot of old-school football fans. They love when they get to see a little bit of power football.
The try here for the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. That time, a 9-play drive. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos.
Perfect start to the season on their first drive last time out, able to find the end zone. Now we'll see if they can make it 2 for 2 here in week 1.
Throwing to start the drive. Irwin. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Brewer. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. On first down, Irwin. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Holding, offense.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Operating from the gun, Irwin.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And the Bears will take over possession here up at the 44.
They set themselves behind the chains, trying to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Back to throw. Robertson.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
They'll run on 1st down. Singleton
Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
On 2nd down now. Singleton. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the 1st down.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Looking to throw. Irwin. Wide open receiver complete.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Back to throw. Irwin. Incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And it's caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Now a give right side. Singleton. And he is going to lose yardage here. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. They'll try and run the option left side. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. This Bears defense trying to hold on. This is 3rd and goal. Operating from the gun. Irwin. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. From 3 yards out.
And the Broncos will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. That could be an important swing right there. A touchdown in the final minute of the half to take the lead.
And I like the point you just made there. Could be an important swing because now that they have the lead, if they can carry that into the locker room at the half, they'll feel really good about what they accomplished in the first 2 quarters.
The point after is good. And the lead is now 14-10. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it ends with a Denver touchdown.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. The Bears going to take over now late in this first half. With this slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He finds his man, complete. It's Wood. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and it'll be second down. Operating from the gun. Robertson over the middle, complete. That's Wood. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Now a third down throw, and it misses the target, incomplete.
That's some class from the defense there. They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Fielded at the 33. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10.
The Broncos going to get one more possession in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And this is caught. Touchdown. A big play there as the first half is winding down.
And the Broncos will extend their lead here just before halftime.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. It's good, and it's 21-10. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One-play drive and into the end zone for 6.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll get started up at Lincoln Financial Field in Philly, where it was the Eagles who come away with the home victory. Trevor Lawrence with 3 touchdown passes in the Week 1 victory. From there, we're off to check out another game. And at this point, they trail the visiting Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens trying to gut this one out, as it would be a good victory for them if they could get it. Finally, let's get right to the center of the U.S. map and check in on the Chiefs at home in Kansas City. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Miami Dolphins. Justin Herbert, 2 touchdown passes, as his guys are able to get the victory in their season opener. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats for the Broncos in that first half. And it was important for them to get the season off on the right foot. And they've done just that, thanks to a very solid outing by their passing offense thus far. Meanwhile, for the Bears, they were on the other end of the spectrum in terms of passing efficiency. That's going to need to improve in the second half to come.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter.
As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner.
And they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch. Especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
On 3rd down, Singleton.
And he's going to have a Broncos first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10.
They'll keep it on the ground. Singleton. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Looking to throw. Irwin. He finds his man, complete. It's Brewer. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 42. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
On 1st down, Singleton. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. To throw on 2nd down, Irwin. Looking sideline, and he's going to have his man as he was able to walk the tightrope there for the completion. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down. Up the middle they go. Singleton. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Now a give right side. Singleton. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
Now it's 2nd and 9.
Back to throw. Irwin. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete.
And the Broncos are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
And I'll tell you what, this offense is playing a little bit of keep away right now. They've come out here in the 3rd quarter, possessed the ball for quite a while, and they keep on converting. Nice pitch and catch there to set up the 1st and goal.
They'll run on 1st down. Singleton. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Taking it in from 4 yards out.
And the Broncos are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Fields it right around the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Looking to throw. Robertson. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Wood. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Throwing on first down. Robertson. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Fast, slow, it doesn't matter. If you give a quarterback enough room to escape, he can hit you for a big gain. You've got to give him a little more focus moving forward.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Hamilton. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
10 yards on the pickup.
Looking to throw on second down. Robertson. Open man here is Hamilton. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. On first and 10, Robertson. Now they go screen. It's complete. And they'll work this down inside the 30. And they'll work from the 29 on second and 6. Back to throw again. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. On first down, Drummond. And he'll get this down only to the 18. The run only got a yard. Here's second and 9. Back to throw. Robertson. Throw left side complete. That's Hamilton. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. To throw on third down. Robertson. He finds his man complete. That's Wood. And the Bears are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. Second and goal. They'll look to throw again. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. And now look at him go. He's at the 40, the 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. So a fourth quarter pick 6 here, and that one might put this game out of reach, CD.
I certainly agree with that, partner. And I know one thing, though. That team that just got the pick 6, they're going to keep playing until this one's over. Better be careful. They're looking to get another one.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The Bears offense ready to get going again. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week one because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. These fans just kind of beside themselves right now. Throwing after the interception. Robertson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. A good gain on first, has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Looking to throw. Robertson. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. The offense on third down tonight, they've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. And he finds Hamilton. That's complete. And he will have the Bears first down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. And his throw is incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Robertson. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Looking to throw. Robertson. This will be caught at about the 5. Touchdown, Bears! A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Bears are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut the lead down to 18. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he's going to be out of bounds here as the run back will leave him shy of the 20-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And they've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the 4th quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted, so they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for week one, and one of our early window games here in week one on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record. But everyone's going to have to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every
Washington Commanders are now on the clock. On the clock now, it's the Denver Broncos. Next up, the Jets are on the clock. The Denver Broncos are on the clock. With the next selection, the Saints are on the clock.
hard to find solace on one side when the season ends, no matter where it ends, but